Okay, purple. We have, of course, King first. I think King is a hard hard for me to place where King is going to land. I think Z is a pretty good example of where I think he will be. Um, King King pretty decent. Like I think his effect is pretty strong. Like being able to draw cards every turn is really good, of course. You do have to keep the hand size limit, which I think is fair. And the cost reduction being only 2, I think is also pretty fair. It synergizes really well with cards like Toy Soldier and Helmepo, and also like I guess Double Suru or Ice Age and things like that, where you already spend Dawn to reduce first. It doesn't synergize well with cards which are just flat KO, so you can't play things on curve with the extra Dawn. So yeah, I think King's effect is powerful, but at the same time, he will face the same problem as like Z before him, where he struggles to aggro. He will also get outscaled by like yellow, who have more big bodies than he can remove. And despite the support that he has, even like the new Kaido and stuff like that, he's still going to have those issues. I think Abel is a very stupid card that they've printed because it just makes Moria, like it's just a buff to Moria for this deck. I don't think it needed it. I don't think the deck is that good with Moria anyway, but yeah, it's an interesting choice that they've made to have Abel exist. And I think we're gonna talk about him very soon since his name is Abel. But yeah, I feel like he's probably going to be like early high tier 2 early in the set, and then maybe when people figure out like the best deck list, he might shoot up to BDIF or tier 1. But that's my current impression of him. I think the best card that he got is definitely Jack. I think Jack being 11 cost 8k is like crazy. 11 cost is such a ridiculous stat line to think about like removing. Like it's actually insane. But yeah, I think that's my current read on the card. I think early in the set he'll be like high tier 2, and then by end of set he'll probably be like low tier 1 or maybe high tier 1. Alright, Pudding. So Pudding is pretty interesting as well. I think the fact that she has built-in ramp guaranteed at least one time per game, and then she also got so much support to guarantee that ramp a second time, is showing me that they really wanted this leader to go turn 4 Big Mom. The 6 cost Katakuri is the best example of how they really wanted that turn 4 Big Mom. I think like turn 4 Big Mom is just an insane thought. Like it's so strong. You can really see the curve just going 1 3, and then after that it will be 6, and if they have a ramp, like if they have the 6 cost Katakuri, they just go straight to 10. Like it's insane. It's really insane. The 6 cost Katakuri for 1 should not have ramped active Dawn. Like that's just excessive. And for 2, it probably shouldn't have like helped her to flip life. I think the only stupider thing would be if it had flipped face, like if it had flipped 2 face up life. I think what it should have done is like rotate like top life to bottom. I think that would have been fair. It just flips the life back face now. I think it's stupid. It's so strong. The category is way too strong. But yeah, that's my read on Pudding. I think she's going to be powerful just because of the fact that she can like play big bodies so much earlier. And she's pretty consistent because she has double searcher, a triple searcher even. Like she can run the event plus Pudding plus Parasparrow even. And her ramp is giga consistent because of the 6 cost category, and you can also play cards like Flampe to take your life and effectively flip your life face down. You can also play cards like Hiyori, you can play cards like Viola. So it's very consistently going to be like 2 ramps per game. And that's all you really need, right? Like you just need to ramp twice to go from 136 to 9, or you can ramp to 24610, like 24710. Like it's very very strong. Like it's a very powerful leader, I think, just because of that ability. Effectively the leader has no effect like from turns like I guess 4 and onward, but I think that the ability to get to 10 early is enough. This deck will struggle into aggro decks, I think. Like Zoro, Apilor will probably be pretty strong into Pudding, but like the leader just has a lot of potential, I think. Especially like if you rush, like if you like everyone memes about the new secret rare, right? But if you rush the secret rare down on turn 4, there's not much you can do to answer it, you know? And then that's just a ticking time bomb. Like the moment you hit 2 life, you're just going to be in trouble, you know? Like I don't see the I know everyone's memeing about the 10 cost Kaido and Linin, but I actually think it's going to be very strong in this deck. But we'll see. We'll see as the set proceeds. I think Pudding is going to be a very popular leader, like in the start of the set. Of course because waifu, but at the same time because the leader effect is very simple and powerful in that way. And like if you just don't have an answer, you don't have an answer, right? But yeah, that's my current take on it. Okay, there we go. Arbel. So they dropped King's government name in a card. Uh, Interestingly, he has Lunarian in his types, so maybe we see more Lunarian cards eventually, which is pretty cool. But other than that, activate main. You may trash this character, and then if your leader has the animal pirates type, and you have 10 Dawn on your board, then you may play a 7 cost or lower king from your hand. So this is insane. Like this is if you're playing this on off of a Moria, for example, right? You get up to 3 extra Dawn worth of value. You also don't have to play it off of Moria. Because you can play it down and just use it as a 4 cost 5k swinger. You just beat your opponent with it, and if they leave it there until 10 Dawn, you can swing with it one more time and then transform, which is crazy. The 6 and 7 drop kings available are of course the one that KOs a 4 cost and the one that KOs a 3 plus a 2 cost, which are both pretty decent kings as well. I think the 6 cost one is going to be the most relevant one. This card being just 4 cost 5k is just good. Like it's just easy way to cheat out a card. Of course you do pay, like you have to play the king from hand, thank god. So that's the one like saving grace. But you can also use this card in other decks like Kaido, blue purple Kaido. Even the original king leader can use this card, which is pretty crazy. I think it's a pretty good card. Like it just, I don't know why they had to print this. It's so dumb. Like why? Just so the deck can play Moria. I don't understand. Like now the Moria turn is actually pretty insane. Like before they printed this card, the Moria was actually pretty mid in the deck, and I wasn't going to include it. But now Moria can call like a 2 cost reduction, and then you can call Abel, and then Abel gets sent to trash, plays down a 6 cost king, and KOs like 7 cost unit or something like that. Yeah, KO a 7 cost unit. Like Moria calls this plus Helmepo or a Toy Soldier, and then that reduces cost by 3. You can't leader effect because you need to be at 10 Dawn, but you can reduce cost by 3, and then after that you can play down the 6 cost king from hand, so you can KO a 7 cost. If you're playing the 7 cost king from hand, you can KO a 6 cost and a 2 cost, 3 cost and a 5 cost, something like that. Like, it's really stupid. Like I don't understand why does this card need to exist. It's so dumb. It's really dumb. Like it's just stupid, broker. I don't understand. Like it's really that stupid. It's just like must they make the meta revolve around Moria? Is Moria is Moria like the Bandai Dev's favorite character? I don't understand. Like they just want Moria to be in every black deck. I don't get it. I don't get it. I really don't get it. I hope they ban Moria sooner or later. Okay, and yeah, this is also a 7 cost king that you can play down off of the fucking Arbel. And Dawn times 1 if your opponent has a cost. If you have 5, if your opponent has 5 or more Dawn on the board, then this character gains rush. Like what it's so dumb. Like it's just really strong. It's a 7 cost 8k rush character. That's insane. Play from hand is not as strong as play from... Yeah, thank god. Like it should not. There's no way that card should be played from trash. It's so stupid. Like if this card was played from trash, holy shit, dude, that would be insane. Actually stupid. Like oh my god, I don't even want to think about the reality where they could have printed it that way. Like it's already an insane card. Like I don't understand. I really don't understand. This is a pretty decent card. It's just 7-8 rush. It's a brick though, so it may not see space in the king deck. But oh my god, I'm just tilted. I'm just tilted. I find it interesting that when he is king, he doesn't have the Lunarian tribe on him, even though he's still the same guy. But Arbel has the Lunarian tribe on it. Like this one, it's not even like he's hiding his face or his wings here, right? So like, why doesn't this one have the Lunarian tribe thing? Like I think that's the strange thing to me. And this is Charlotte Oven looking like a weirdo as usual. When attacking Dawn there's 1 KO out to all your opponent's characters with a cost of 3 or less. Pretty decent for a 5 cost, but not that good. Like yeah, it's just alright. I don't think Pudding is gonna be playing this card. It's just probably not worth the slot. Okay, next we have the 2-cost Karakuri, which is another stupid card. I don't know why they printed this. This doesn't make sense again. If your character leader has the Big Mom Pirates type and your hand has a cost of 3 or more, and your opponents play a 3-cost or higher. Wait, what? Hold on 1 second. Jibun no leader. Yeah, okay, sorry, one more time. Activate main, you may send this character to the trash, and then after that, if your leader has the Big Mom Pirates type, you can play a character 3-cost or higher, with the name Charlotte Katakuri, and a cost equal to or less than the number of Dawn on your opponent's board. So, this card is dumb. You can play a 2-cost 8k Katakuri. I don't understand. It's a 2-cost for 8-cost Katakuri, and you can play multiple of these on the same turn. Yes, you will go down on hand cards a lot. That's the one like bad thing, because like I guess you don't get like Moria. You can't play Moria and Pudding. Thank God you can't play Moria and Pudding to call 2 of these. Because could you imagine if Pudding was like purple black? If Pudding was purple black, you play Katakuri into Katakuri off of your 8-cost Moria, and now suddenly you have 3 8-costs on your board. Like, what the fuck? Oh my god, I just cannot. I don't understand what they're doing. Like, honestly, I really don't. The good targets for this are currently just the 6-cost Katakuri and the what's the word? The 4-cost Katakuri and the 8-cost Katakuri. So I think that's the only Katakuri characters we have. But why? Why does this character exist? I don't understand. Why are we giving these characters to these leaders? It's so insane. I don't understand. I'm so confused. It's really so strong. I don't understand. The one fair thing about this card is that it's 2 hand cards. Yes, you burn an extra hand card, but you can get up to 6 Dawn of value for the 1 hand card. I think it's pretty worth it, bro. Like, it's insane. This character's countered by RP Law and Germa. Yeah, I guess, but like, so? It's still an insane card. I don't understand, bro. I'm so confused. Like, it's still 1k counter too. Like, it's not even that bad of a card. Like, I don't understand. I really don't. And then we have the teen category. So we have like small, medium, large category. You just stay on 5 Dawn, they have nothing to play. They can play the rush category. So this card, on play, you may flip one of your life face down, and then after that, ramp 1 active Dawn. I don't understand why this ramps active Dawn. It's so stupid. Man, I'm so frustrated by like some of the new cards they've printed. Like, it's really like, I don't get it, bro. So yeah, flip some of your life face down. So if your opponent hit you, you're down to 3 life. You have 1 face up life. You flip it down. Now you can ramp again. So you have achieved turn 4 Big Mom. Even if you're going first, by the way. So if you're going first, you go 1, 3, 6, and then this card ramps 1 Dawn, so you go to 7, and then your leader effect ramps 1 more Dawn, so you go to 10. So you get Big Mom on your 7 Dawn turn, which is stupid. It's insane. Like, I don't understand, and it's a lose-lose situation, because if you don't hit your opponent Pudding, they get to keep the life, right? And then they also still get to play 9-cost Big Mom on the next turn anyway if they play this card. So it's so, I don't understand. Like, it's a lose-lose situation no matter what when you're playing against Pudding, like for the first 3 turns. It's really, really dumb, but it is what it is. Okay, next is Charlotte Cracker. He's a funny guy. Activate main once per turn, Dawn -1. You can play a Biscuit Soldier from your hand. It's okay, I guess. And I guess the Biscuit Soldier that supports this is a 5/5 blocker that you can put as many copies of in your deck. Like, it's funny, but it's not good. Next we have 7-cost movie. Just a vanilla. Like, she's a baddie. Like, she's a bad person. She's also a baddie. 7-cost vanilla is just alright, I guess. Like, it's nothing too special. And then we have Charlotte Brule, 4-cost 1k. Blocker, and on KO you can ramp 1 rested Dawn, which is pretty decent. Ramping 1 Dawn is pretty good, usually. So again, we have other ways for fucking Pudding to hit 10 Dawn like sooner than normal. So that's another one. And next we have the 3-cost Charlotte Pudding, 3-cost 4k power. On your turn, once per turn, if your board when Dawn from your board is returned to your Dawn deck, you can get 1 rested Dawn. So pretty decent as well. It would probably fit in RP Law decks. It would fit in decks that just like to Dawn minus a lot. It's like just a smaller 5-cost kit basically. It's not bad. It only ramps rested though, so that's one downside. But Yeah, I think it's decent. I don't know if there's enough space to put this in RP law, even like against Zorojuro. Yes, this one like activates without the need to attack, so that's one good thing. Like it's better than Zorojuro late game, but I don't know if this deserves a sword. Well, I'll be cooking a little bit later, so we'll figure it out. We have a new 3 cost Perispero, 3/5. On KO, Ram 1 Rested Dawn. So once again, we have more ways to ram for the deck. Which is weird because I'm surprised that they printed so much ramp when it's already very consistent to ramp. I feel like it should have gotten more like draw card kind of cards. I mean, if they wanted to make it stronger than it already is, but I think this is fair. And then Dawn times 1, Dawn -1, you can play this card even though it's a purple card. You get to fucking play it down as a trigger, which is again dumb, but whatever. So yeah, that's the card, I guess. So actually, I think this could be a reasonable card for RP Law too, just as a funny like trigger card too, but also because like it's a 3/5, it ramps Dawn, like it's not bad. Okay, Charlotte Lin Lin, 9 cost, stupid card. Dawn -1, discard 1 card from your hand, and then after that, add the top card of your deck to your life. So you heal 1 by discarding 1, and then you also remove a 6 cost or lower face character card to the top of your opponent's life. So funnily enough, this like reduces the it denies pudding from ramping again, but I don't think it matters because by the time this 9 cost is dropping, your opponent's gonna be on 10 next turn anyway. But yeah, this card is really strong. Like it's only Dawn -1, which is stupid. Like Dawn -1 only for something like this is really crazy. Like in comparison, 9 cost Kaido is Dawn -6. Like no, Dawn -6, right? Dawn -5? One or the other, right? It's like something like 9 cost Kaido is Dawn -5. This is a heal. This is a heal plus removal, and it's only Dawn -1. I don't understand. Like it's actually insane. Like I'm so confused, bro. The one good thing I will say is that this card isn't stupid enough that it let you heal 1 to yourself and then also add 1 of your own cards to the top of your life. Like that's the one thing I would say they did right. But it's actually a broken card. I don't understand what they were thinking. Like I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Okay, next. So this is the start of the Baron line, the egg line. So we have Baron Tamago, and then he's a 3 cost 4K blocker, and when KO'd, you can Dawn -1 and play 5 cost or lower Hyoko Viscount chick, whatever. Viscount Hyoko from your hand. So that's I guess it's kind of like the Pacifista and Kuma, which is pretty cool. So they are not in the right order, so I would like to cover the Hyoko before the chicken. Yeah, so this is the chick. So when you play this from your hand, during your opponent's turn, when this card is KO'd, you can Dawn -1, and then you can play a 6 cost or less count chicken appear from your deck. So from your deck is kind of crazy. Like we don't really have a card that does that right now, I think. Like you can search your deck and play a card. I think the only example I have for this is 8 cost Oden. Yeah, but that's pretty cool because it summons a 5 cost that on KO summons a 6 cost. So that's pretty crazy. And so this 6 cost is pretty good as well because his effect is during your opponent's turn also when KO, then you can summon a 4 cost or lower Baron Tamago from your deck again. So you can play a 3 into a 5 into a 6 back into a 4, and you can repeat this as a cycle, so you can use this to play the blocker. So it's a very weird like set line of cards that they've decided to print here as well. But I think it's interesting. Like they're just cards that are pretty good to like incentivize your opponent not to KO them. So it's pretty funny. Like I think it's viable that you just play the 3 cost and the 5 cost and then that's it. And then your opponent doesn't want to KO the 5 cost. But yeah, you probably do want to play like all 3. Like it's just a very weird line of cards to play. I don't know. Okay. Next is the Biscuit Soldier. So yeah, is like the Pacifista basically. According to the rules, you can play as many of this card in your deck as you want. And then after that, it's a 5 cost 5k blocker. It also has 1k counter. So that makes it already better than the 4 cost Pacifista because it is, you know, it has 1k counter. So it's actually reasonable to play this in your deck. But yeah, I don't think it's a good idea. It is Pigman Pirates type though, so it is searchable. But yeah, I think it's just a funny card. Okay, lastly we have Black Maria. Black Maria, pretty strong card as well. A lot of people are talking about how insane this will be for RP Law. I think it is good. It's not that insane, but it's very good. I will say that. So I think the real insane usage for this is fucking starter deck Kaido, using it to banish your opponent's life every single turn. It's probably pretty crazy. But yeah, so 3 cost 2k, activate main once per turn, 2k counter as well. If you have no other Black Marias on your board, then ramp up to 5 Rested Dawn from your Dawn deck, and then after that, at the end of your turn, return Dawn from your board until you have the same number of Dawn cards as your opponent. So I think the best use case for this is going to be when you're dropping this as RP Law, right? Your opponent has either 6 or 8 Dawn, and you are on your 7 or like 9 Dawn turn. You can drop her and then go back up to 8 Dawn or even 10 Dawn the next turn, which is really, really crazy. So going first, I don't agree with anyone who says that this would like drop on 3 Dawn and then you start using leader ability already. I think it's not necessary. Like, you would rather develop a stronger 3 cost character, right? So what you would do instead is what's the word? Sorry, I got lost. So what you would do instead is just play normally until your like your 7 Dawn turn. So again, with like if you watch my RP Law video, the standard curve is just 3 costs into 5 costs and then leader effect Shashi Penguin. On your 7 Dawn turn, you have 7 Dawn, you can do Ace and then leader effect and then you go down to 4 or something like that. Or if you don't have Shachi Penguin, you can kit into Ayin, for example. Next time you have 6 Dawn. Then you on 6 Dawn, you can play Gordon Kit and then leader effect. And then go down to 3. Go back up to 4. And then you can play the Ayin, you can play the Black Maria here. And at this point, the Black Maria ramps you back from 4 to 6 to match your opponent, because it's your opponent was on 6 Dawn the last turn, right? So ramps from 4 to 6 puts you at 6 Dawn. So next turn you will have 8 Dawn, and if you go from 8 back to 3 again, you can ramp all the way back up to 8 again. So basically you are just playing the game normally. Like, you don't need like that many other sources of ramp anymore, which is really strong. Like, that's good. Of course, this is a 2k counter. You wouldn't love playing it down on the board, but it does give you a lot more opportunities to, I guess, play the game a bit differently, where you can focus a bit more on aggression in the early stages of the game and using your leader effect to build white boards, and then later you catch up by using the Black Maria. The problem, of course, is if you don't draw this Black Maria card, you might be in trouble if you decide to just leader effect willy-nilly. But if I mulligan and I see this card in my starting hand, I know that I'm just going to be spamming my leader effect for the first couple of turns. And then once my opponent is at a high enough Dawn count, I'm just going to drop this down, catch up all the way, and then continue playing accordingly. I think one of the biggest issues that RP Law has faced, like even now, like when I'm playing in 07, is that if I'm trying to leader effect continuously, usually I'm stuck around the 6 Dawn kind of mark. But this very easily equalizes that. Because if I end the turn on 3 Dawn, I'm able to climb all the way back up to 8. Like, as long as I end the turn on 3 Dawn, I can climb to 8. Like, that's insane. Like, it's really a very, very strong way to catch up your Dawn. And I only need to do it once. Like, legitimately once is enough. Even if you remove this card, it's fine. I don't care. But just the fact that I can use it one time and get that much value out of it is very, very crazy. I really don't know what Bandai is smoking this set. Like, all of the cards they've printed, like, you see the red and the green cards and the blue cards, they're kind of like underwhelming. And then you see purple, and you have Arvel, you have 2 cost Kata, you have 9 cost Mum, you have this bitch. Like, I don't get it. They are crazy. I'm so confused, bro. Like, yeah, but I've talked a bit about all of the different SRs already. I think we have kind of proven my point. But anyway, let's move on. So next we have Candy Maiden. This is one of like Perospero's moves, I guess. 1 cost, activate main Dawn -1. Give one of your opponent's 2 cost or lower characters, and then after that, flip all of your life face down. I mean, I get the idea of the card, but the fact that it's Dawn -1 is like super bad. Like, what's the point of flipping all your life face down just to ram 1 rester again? And the only like plus side you get is you rest a 2 cost character, you know? Like, it's not worth it. Like, it would be much better to just play a Viola and then you have a blocker. Yeah, so like, I don't think this card is worth it. The good thing is the trigger is like ramp up to 1 active Dawn, but yeah, that's basically it. It's really lame. Like, this is a really bad card. I don't understand. Okay, next is it's so tasty, right? So activate main, ramp 1 active Dawn, and then after that, if your opponent has a 6k or higher power character, then you ramp 1 more active Dawn. So it can be up to 2 ramps, but by the time you are playing this card, like by the time your opponent has a 6k power character, so assuming like it's a 4-6, right? You play this on your 5 Dawn turn, for putting that's a 6 Dawn turn. You play this and you ramp twice, yes. But then, like, I don't know, like, you don't get to, what's the word? Like, you're not going to get to leader effect again. So you will go from 6 to 8, which is strong, but your opponent has to have a 4/6 on board. And 4/6 is not that common, like for people to play on curve. Like the best 4/6s are like Lucci, which they won't play on curve. And then other than that, it's like vanilla, which not a lot of decks are playing now. So like you're not going to get that extra ramp like many times, and like otherwise you're not going to need it. The one deck I foresee this like maybe being a decent card in is like RP Luffy. Like in RP Luffy, if you like post 10 cost Luffy, your opponent probably has a body big enough for it, right? So you go from 0 to 2, and then the next turn you go to 5, you cast this, and you go to 7. Then next turn you will be at 9. Like that's the one deck I foresee this card being playable in, but even then it's like not that good. it's just kind of confusing for me. But yeah, it's a weird card. Okay, lastly we have I don't think lastly, I think there's one more, but Hakai. Hakai's effect is main Dawn -2, and if your leader has Animal Kingdom Pirates or Big Mom Pirates, then you can bottom deck. Sorry, you can KO 2 of your opponent's 6 cost or lower characters. So this is very strong removal. It's basically Gravy Blade, but bigger. Like it's cheaper, but it's Dawn -2 as well. So that's pretty decent. Like it's a very strong card. 6 cost or less is a very good stat line to hit as well. It basically hits everything in the RP Law deck. Of course it's a 6 cost event, but I think with decks that ramp that fast, it's not that expensive. The one thing of course is that you won't be able to play much else on the same turn. But removing 2 things is always really strong.